Hello, everyone. Thank you all for joining and happy to have you back with us on this new Dr. Jaspersoft session today. Brother Trafi, Dr. Jaspersoft host, and also the speaker today. In today's session, we'll be talking about what goes into switching from community to commercial, what to expect and how to make the switch and so on. We will be also doing a demo where I'm going to walk you through all the necessary steps and the pitfall to avoid. And guys, stay tuned for our next session, which is on second Tuesday next month, September 14th, where we will be talking about Jaspersoft EWS offering. Everything that goes from hourly, yearly, bring your own license, cloud formation template, and AMI as well. So stay tuned for our next session. And before going to the agenda, please guys put your questions on the comment section in the right of the YouTube stream. We'll be monitoring it, and we'll try to get to all of your questions at the end of the session. And also, if you missed this session or you couldn't get your question during the session, remember we have a thread in our Jaspersoft community page. I'm going to show the link at the end of the session, where you can go there and put all of your questions, comments, updates, ideas that you want to share, whatever. You can put it in the comment section, and we'll be replying to you, and we'll be exchanging and keeping the conversation going over there. Thank you guys. And so yeah, we'll just jump into our agenda. So we will be talking about what to choose first. Like, right, you are in the commercial edition and you're thinking about switching to commercial license. So where you will go from there? What license edition you will choose? What is going to take for you to move to which editions, and what are the implications of this switch? And also going to talk about how to switch and pitfalls to avoid. And at the end, we're going to do a demo with just that, what I've just described in those first bullet points. All right, so what to choose? Jasper's Report Server and Jaspersoft Studio. So we have two products that we are covering during this session. Is the commercial edition, the community versus commercial edition of Jasper Report Server, the server that runs the report, and your Jaspersoft Studio, where you design your reports and publish them to the server to run. Okay, so from Jaspersoft, as you can see here, Jasper Report Server is JRS, is the acronym for it. JSS, we refer to Jaspersoft Studio. So from community, so you're on a community, and you have three options. Either go to reporting edition, or go to professional edition, or the enterprise edition, which is currently our full capabilities platform for Jaspersoft, Jasper Report Server, Jaspersoft Studio. So here are the bullet points for the report edition. One thing to note is the Jaspersoft Studio is included by default in all of your commercial edition. Whether you go to reporting, professional, enterprise, you will have the Jaspersoft Studio, which is also an advanced studio from the community with more components and more capabilities. So you have the Studio, and also you have the Jasper Report library included. So you don't have to worry about which library I should use, which Jaspersoft Studio version I should use, with which Jasper Report Server edition. Don't have to worry about anything. Every version, it has its own Jaspersoft Studio and library included inside. And preferably, it's better. It's a good idea to use the Jaspersoft Studio and the Jasper Report Server with the same version. But if you have some specific reason that prevents you to do so, you still can use different version from Studio and Server. We have compatibility for that, but for better experience, it's always better, and to avoid any surprises, it's better to stay in one version. So the reporting edition, it contains HTML5 charts. So you have the HTML5 charts, which does not exist in the community. So we'll be able to give your end users really cool and better visualizations. And you have the interactive report viewing as well. You have the report splitting, report bursting, which we already did a Dr. Jaspersoft session for it. You can go into our playlist in YouTube or in our webpage, Jaspersoft Office Hours, and find out our previous sessions. We're gonna find the bursting. And also it's fully supported if you wanna go to the cloud or if you wanna enhance your continuous integration pipelines and so on. So the Docker and Kubernetes are fully supported. We have a step-by-step guide on how to do it. We also have plenty of materials on that, Dr. Jaspersoft YouTube videos on how to set up Docker and Kubernetes. And also we have a fully supported AWS pay by the hour or bring your own license and such for Azure as well. On top of that, you get the UI and UX improvements and much more. And if you move to Professional Edition, so you get everything that's on the Reporting Edition, plus you have Web Studio, which is we're gonna have a new Dr. Jaspersoft session about. So it's like Jaspersoft Studio but in the web, and you can use it inside Jasper Report Server. So you don't have to have two tools, the Desktop Studio application and the Jasper Report Server. You're gonna have both of them in one place inside Jasper Report Server. So you have that included. You have the libraries as well. Plus, you enjoy Visualize.js, our award-winning library to call your report and call your resources within JavaScript for a seamless integration of your resources inside your own application. You get, of course, the ad hoc reporting. You get the dashboard capabilities. You have more features like web admin. And more features. This is not the whole list, but the most important one I could state in this session. And then you can go to Jasper Report Enterprise Edition if you want the full package, which contains the Pro Plus reporting plus the multi-tenancy, the ability to structure your clients in organizations. So you can have, for example, put your Jasper Report Server as a SaaS application and give all of your clients independent organizations so they can go and connect to their own space, and they will have their own users, their own administrators, their own resources, and there is no way to for client A, for example, to accidentally or see other reports for client B or something. They're totally separated, and you can manage this using multi-tenancy. Auditing and monitoring. Of course, if you want to see how your users are interacting with Jasper Report Server, which users are running, which reports, when they are connecting most of the time, information like that. You can monitor the scheduler, see all of your scheduler reports. You can cancel some of them, rerun some of them. There is a whole monitoring goes into that, and of course other features that I might not, I did miss in this session. And for all of the features, guys, this is in the slide. You can go here. This is the list of all of our features and our latest 8.2 features as of now. For now, the last version is 8.2. So you can click here and you will see all of the. We're just going to show you quickly here. If you go to what's new in Jaspersoft, you will see the 8.2 and everything that we've added in the new version. And if you scroll down, you will see also the new feature for 8.1 and 8.0. And clicking here, you will go to the full features of our Jaspersoft. And remember here, for no matter what in edition you will choose, reporting, professional or enterprise, you have support. They are supported. They are all supported, meaning defects, if raised and confirmed, they will be solved. You have security patches, and you have a technical support team ready to help you, and they're with service level agreements. And you also have customer success, which is it's a team where we give you hands-on assistance to take your projects to production. So we're working with you hand in hand to give you custom implementation, create some customization in the product, expert guidance, implement single sign-on, for example, upgrades, help you on the architecture, on performance, maintenance. If your project is already on production, we can still keep maintaining it with some anything that you require for your day-to-day use on Jasper Report Server. And of course, which is something that's really interested, is that you have more choices on the supported platform. Unlike the community, you're a little bit you're not free to choose any third-party application that you want to use. So with the commercial edition, now you have way more choices on internal databases that you choose to use with Jasper Report Server, Postgres, SQL Server, MySQL, and so on. Data sources as well, application servers, whether you want to use WebSphere, you want to use Tomcat, you want to use GBoss, and so on, operating system, Java versions, and much more. So this is a little bit the overview of what to choose once you're on the community, and everything that goes with this choice, and what you gain from moving to community to commercial. All right, so if you go to how to switch, switching from community is very easy, fully compatible for you with your existing reports and resources. So we don't have to worry about what's going to happen with my reports. Do I need to transfer them? Do I need to make some conversion, wherever? There's no need to panic or worry about planning a complicated migration project. It's just as easy as upgrading to a new version, but to a significantly better experience and tons of features for your end users. So I want to go from Jasper. Let's say, for example, you're on the community on 7, for example, and you want to switch to 8. It's the same thing. It's an upgrade. You install your Jasper Report Server 8, and now you're going to install a commercial edition, and you do an import, export of your resource, and here you go. Now you are on a commercial edition. So that will, for the switching from community, and we will see that in our demo. I'm going to do just that. I'm going to show you how easy it will be to be on the community and move on to the commercial edition without the hassle of changing or updating your resources. So pitfalls to avoid. There is some simple changes, but yet important to know when you do the switch. So the Jasper reports, the Jasper server default context, in your Tomcat or GBoss, Jasper server, when you install it, it deploy the application under Jasper server. So using a commercial edition, it will deploy it using Jasper server/pro. But you can still keep the original context path via configuration. This is a configuration, and I will show you how to do it. You can keep Jasper server as it was for your community, or you can change it at anything else. You're gonna have a new elevated admin user. So before you're used to Jasper admin, now you're gonna have a super user who will be your new full administrator user. It has advanced permissions and full access to administer your instance. So now you're gonna have more advanced capability, more advanced configuration, and especially if you are on the enterprise edition, since you have multiple organization with multi-tenancy, super user is the administrator for the system, for every organization, for every user, for every configuration that impacts all the organization. But you're still gonna have Jasper admin that you used to, but the Jasper admin will be a lower in terms of administrator, and you will be only administering one organization if you are on the enterprise edition. So it will be for every organization its own Jasper admin and super user for everyone. And for other edition, reporting or professional, you're still gonna have super user, but super user, you will have more elevated permissions and more advanced access to advanced configuration than the Jasper admin. We'll also see that in our demo. So you're gonna have a default organization. So if you're moving to an enterprise edition with multi-tenancy, so your reports and resources in the community version will be stored in the default organization called organization_1. This is the default organization in the multi-tenancy environment. From community, you're used to only one space, one organization. Moving to enterprise, you will see that you have the ability to add organization, and by default we create organization1. So when you do the import export of your resources to your new enterprise edition, all of your resources will go to organization_1, and then you can change it to give it a new name, or you can then change and move your resources to new organization that you might create. And at the end, the platform support. So commercial edition, be aware that commercial edition gives you a lot of choices to choose for your third-party applications, meaning application server, internal database, data sources, and so on. So I will highly recommend you to make sure they are compatible with the Jasper report server version you choose, especially if you're coming from a very old community version. Think about upgrading your tech stack to stay competitive and leverage our supported platform. We have, for every version we release, you can see in the documentation, we are keeping up with the latest versions of the database, internal database servers, application servers, OS, and so on. So it will be a pity to not take advantage of that and stay on your old tech stack. Okay. All right, let's get right into the interesting part of our session. So here we're going to have a demo. I'm going to show you guys a Jasper report server and a Jaspersoft Studio Community Edition that I'm running locally and I'm using, and I'll go from there and I will install a new Jasper report server and Studio Enterprise Edition, latest version, and I will show you just how I will move my resources and I will migrate my reports and users to this new installed Jasper report server Enterprise Edition, and I will be just continue using my resources in the Enterprise Edition, and you just can see how seamlessly the transition will be done and the switch to the Enterprise Edition will be. So let me just show you guys what I have here in my local. So as you can see here, I have an Apache version 9. So this is my Apache that's using Jasper server Community Edition. So I'm using the latest version of the Community Edition as well, version 8.2, and I'm also using Studio 8.2, as you can see here. And I do have a report that I created, a very simple report called Community to Commercial. So I have a Studio 6.2. So this version is a version of the Studio that you get with the 8.2 version. When you go to the community, you see Jasper report server 8.2, and you see the Studio associated to it, which is using the library, Jasper report library 6.20.5. But you don't have to worry about it because all of this is included in the Enterprise Edition, and you'll see this one when I'm going to install the Jasper report server. Yeah, so I have a community commercial report. As you can see, I'm just listing my accounts in this simple table, and yeah, so let me just maybe run this so you can see it quickly. Just gonna go here. Just gonna run my community version. And the server is running right now. Okay. Okay, looks like my server, community server has started up, as you can see here. So I'm just gonna go and do a quick check. So I'm running my server in 8080. So normally the community is on Jasper server. So here you go. So I don't have super user. This is my Chrome browser is remembering my super user from the Enterprise Edition. So now I'm just gonna use Jasper Admin, as you are familiar with. So I'm just gonna connect to Jasper Admin. So this is my community version. As you can see, I have limited options. If I go here, so this is an 8.2 community. I have my reports, as you can see, from the root. So this is what I was talking about, the root folder, guys. So all this will go to the organization_1 once we're gonna move to the commercial edition. So I have my report, I have everything here. And you can see if I go to the report, you'll see I have a Dr. Jaspersoft Community to Commercial report, the report from Studio that I'm already using, and I published to my community server. It's already here under Dr. Jaspersoft Community to Commercial folder. So I'm just gonna run it here in my community version. So as you can see here, this is my simple list of clients and the report viewer for the community, and you'll see the change, also some changes in the report viewer once I'm going to move to the commercial edition. All right. Okay, so what I want to do now is, okay, so let's say now I have my commercial license. I want to move my users to Enterprise Edition, and now my technical team is doing the switch, the technical upgrade to the Enterprise Edition. So first of all, to make things simple, and of course, guys, you can do you can manage this switch in other way. For example, I am using a new Apache, as you can see here, Apache 9 Enterprise Edition, and this is the new Apache that I'm going to use with my Enterprise Edition. Of course, you can back up your old one and use that same one for your new Enterprise Edition. You can maybe put it in a new environment. That will depend on your own business requirement. So for me, this is a new Apache, and I have here the Jaspersoft Enterprise Edition, the server, the bin.zip, and the Studio 8.2 as well. So how did I get that? Is once you have a commercial edition, you can easily go to eDelivery. So once you go to our website, eDelivery, let me just connect here. Probably gonna have a different way to connect with your username and password. Okay, I am gonna be right in the delivery typical. So what you to do, you can easily go to all products here. Probably you're gonna have only the Jaspersoft products, but if you don't, you can go to all products and search for your edition. All right, so you can go to Jaspersoft Enterprise Edition here. This is what I'm going to use. And when you click on Jaspersoft Enterprise Edition, you go over here and click on download, and it will list you all of the product that goes with the Enterprise Edition. First, you choose your version. I'm going to use my 8.2. I'm going to use it on Windows, and I'm going to do, you can do full product download and you get all the products in one download, but I don't want that. I'm going to go and download the Jasper Report Server software. I'm going to use the bin because this is the best way to install a Jasper report server that is ready for production. You can use the exec, but only for quick testing or to show to run the server, to show some features or run some quick reports, maybe in your test environment. But the best way to install is using the bin.zip. And as you can see, it goes with it the studio software 8.2. And I'm downloading the executable here so I can install it on Windows. The Jasper report library is also inside, but it's included in our product, so we don't have to download. So once I am here once I download my product, I get this, the Jaspersoft Studio, and I get the bin.zip. All right, so first of all, I'm going to install the server. So for that, I'm just going to unzip my Jasper Report Server Enterprise Edition 8.2. So quickly, it will unzip my files. Okay, it is done unzipping. So I have my folder, Jasper Report Server bin. So like any other installation, you can go to the documentation, follow the guides and everything for the installation, but installation is super easy for Jasper Report Server. I'm going to just show you quick installation here. So first of all, I am using PostgreSQL as an internal database, but you can use any of the offered options here. So since I'm using Postgres, I'm just going to pick Postgres master.properties configuration from the sample conf folder inside the Buildomatic. So I'm just going to paste it here and rename it to default master properties. So I can use, so Jasper server installer will pick it up and use it. There's also one quick thing. It's better to do it prior to that. It is the KStore init.properties. So I already have the file ready. I'm going to show you what the file contains. So this is just to set, as you probably already know, the Jasper report server comes with its own KStores for security purposes. So with the KStore init.properties, I'm just telling Jasper report server to install the KStores inside a folder that I am going to specify. So I'm saying put the KStore files in this folder and the KStore properties file, because for Jasper report server, every KStore.jrs case goes with the JRS case speed. It contains some properties and metadata about the KStores. So they will go to this folder. So I'm controlling where Jasper report server to put my keys, just not to get to any issues about access and privileges. So I know my folder. I know Jasper report server has its own folder and everything, as it has the right permission and the needed privileges to read and use this folder. So let me just check if I actually have this folder in my system. So here you go. Okay, so actually I don't have it. So it's a good thing that I checked. So I'm just going to create this folder for Jasper report server, so it will find it. So the Jasper server will not create the folder for you, so you have to set it up before. Okay, so I'm done with the KStores. I'm going to go to the default master properties, and I'm just going to go through the properties file, the properties inside. So where is my application? So my application server type is Tomcat. It's good. That's what I'm using. What is my application server directory? So I'm just going to go and copy paste the path of my Apache, as you can see here. Just going to do that. So since it's Windows, it's going to need 2 slashes. So I'm just going to do that quickly. All right, so now I'm setting up where I want the Jasper Server Enterprise Edition to be installed. I want to use internal PostgreSQL database. Good. Local host. This is because it's my own machine. This is my username and password. So here, what I've talked about, this is the web app name for Community Edition. It picks Jasper Server by default, and it picks Jasper Server Pro by default if you're using a commercial edition. So if you want to change that, all you need to do is uncomment this part, and you can put anything that you want here. All right. You can change Jasper Server Pro with anything that you might like. So I'm just going to keep it as default. I don't mind having Jasper Server -Pro. And I have also the database, which, yeah, here you go here. So this is the GS database name. So I always love to have, for every Jasper report server that I have, I want to have its own database. So I'm going to name my internal database, a new database that will be created by my Jaspersoft Jasper Report Server Enterprise Edition. I'm going to name it Jasper Server Enterprise, for example. Okay, good. Looks like I'm all done here. That should be it for now. Let me check. Yeah, okay. So let's actually now install the Jasper Report server. So I'm just going to go to the bin in the Build-O-Matic and run the /install command. You're already familiar with this because this is the same way you're following to install your community version. It's still the same skills, the same effort needed to do for the commercial edition as well. So I'm just gonna go ahead and install Jasper Report Server. So here we go. It's creating my resources and publishing my WAR file inside my Apache Tomcat for Enterprise Edition. Just gonna pause here to gain some time. All right, so it is executing, and it is creating my database, my new database, Jasper Server Enterprise, as you can see here. And now it's loading the configuration resources. All right, so now it's creating the necessary resources and the teams for my Jasper Report Enterprise Editions, organizations, and all what constitutes my Jasper Report server. Okay, so it is telling me if I want to create this database, Foodmart and Sugar CRM. So I don't, because I already have them and I want to keep using the same. So here you go. Now it's actually publishing my WAR file to my Apache 9 Jasper Report, the Apache 9 Enterprise Edition. Okay, wonderful. So it looks like installation successfully completed. So I have just installed my Jasper Report server, Enterprise Edition. Let's go and do the same for the studio. So I'm just gonna go ahead now and click on my executable, 8.2 Jaspersoft Studio. And I'm going to install the server and the studio. As you can see, I'm only going to create the doing the import from my community and export my import to my newly installed Jasper Report server, Enterprise Edition, and that's it. I'm gonna keep working now with my reports, my old reports, my old resources in my Enterprise Edition. So let's just go and let's just do install here, and okay, my Jaspersoft Studio 8.2 completed. Let's just check it out. So just as a reminder, we still have our Jasper reports, Jasper Server Community Edition running, and I just installed the Jasper Reports Enterprise Edition and installed the Studio Enterprise Edition. I'm going to show you the Studio right now, and after that, I'm going to import my repository from the community, run the Enterprise Edition, and export my report to the Enterprise Edition, and keep working with my reports that I showed you and my other resources inside the Enterprise Edition. So yeah, so the Studio is running right now. Let's give it a minute. Okay, my Studio has been launched. It's my other screen, so I'm just gonna show it here. So as you can see now, this is a Studio Professional. So this is the Studio is included in your Enterprise Edition. And as you can, as you might already know, Jaspersoft Studio has this capability to scan for your current Jaspersoft workspaces. So this is already what it did. It scanned my workspace, and it found this workspace that I already have and use. So it's already automatically picked up my Dr. Jaspersoft Community to Commercial, and as you can see, I can already show it here in my Professional Edition with no problem. As you can see, this is a Professional, the new one, and it's already showing my Community Edition. It's also picking up the data sources, the adapter that I create. This report is using this data source, Food Mart, which already exists also in the community server, as I showed you before, when I ran the reports in the community version. And yeah, so as you can see, the components pro here. So you have the TIBCO maps, Maps Pro, Charts Pro. You also have, if I did like this, you have the HTML5 charts with better visualization that you can use. And if I go, for example, here and do a preview, I can already execute now my reports in my new Professional Edition, my Studio and Commercial Edition, with basically no change. I didn't do anything. I just ran my Studio and I opened it up, and here you go. I can go ahead and update and run my reports. So you have this you know, in order to use the HTML5 charts and some PDF, you need the Edge browser engine. So this is easily done just by gonna pick up the same configuration that I have for the community and just use it here. That actually will be on my Jaspersoft. If you're not aware about this, this is a simple web view. As you know, in Windows, we're using web view. So all you need to do is just point to the web view in the Jaspersoft Jaspersoft Studio ini. So this is my CE. So if you go to the ini here, let's see. Where is my file? Here we go. So this is what you need. This is this two environment variable, Eclipse browser, and point it to the web view that you can download from Windows, and you can do the same in your Professional installer as well, and it will get rid of that message, and it will allow you to run HTML5 charts and export charts and maps. And go. You can just go at the end of the file and add it here. All right, so that's just a little bit out of topic, but yeah, this is I thought it's worth mentioning for you too. Okay, so now let's go to, so this is my running community, right? So as you can see, I have this community and commercial report, and I also want to show you that I have some users that I've created, and I am expecting for my users to be also exported to my Enterprise Edition. I'm just gonna do it like that. So again, my Chrome is not used to the community users. So yeah, so I'm just gonna go to manage users. So as you can see, since I have only one organization, because I'm the community, so I have this Dr. Jaspersoft user that I've created. So I'm expecting to have the same Jasper admin, Joe user, and Dr. Jaspersoft in my Enterprise Edition. All right. All right, so what I'm gonna do now is do a simple export. So for that, I'm gonna shut down my community, Jasper Server Community, and I'm gonna go to Buildomatic and do an export. So this is my Buildomatic for the community. As you can see, I already did it here, so let me just delete it so I can show you how I did it from scratch. All right, so now I'm just going to use a simple command, the GS export command, probably already familiar with it. Okay, so I'm going to export this. Oh, no, I actually don't need all this monitoring events, audio event, attribute, because I'm exporting from a community edition. It does not have all these capabilities. So I am using duplicated exporting secrets, because remember, you're coming from a different instance, and every Jasper server instance has its own case star. So you're gonna have to, one of the options is to use duplicate import secrets, so you can easily exchange exports and resources from two different Jasper report server instances. So let me name this as JRS Community Edition A2. All right. So let's do an export here. So this will create me a zip file that I'm just going to import back to the Jasper Server Enterprise Edition. Okay, so it's validating the case star, and first build is okay. So I'm gonna pause here for time. All right, so as you can see, it starts exporting the community resources. So done, and as you can see here, I have my Jasper JRS CE8.2 export. So what I'm gonna do a copy here and go to my Enterprise Edition Buildomatic. Remember, this is my Buildomatic. Go to my Buildomatic, and this is really crucial, guys. You're gonna have to keep this Buildomatic intact. So this Buildomatic with this default master properties and case star init.properties is pointing to your Jasper report server. Keep it like this. This is the install. So every time you want to do some import, export, any administration scripts or whatever, you know that your Buildomatic is pointing to the right database, and it's not it's not different than your own Jasper report server deployed in Tomcat. And also think about backing up your case stars, right? Okay, so just gonna pass it here to make it simple for the import. And here into my Jasper report server, the commercial edition, I'm going to go and run my import, right? So I'm running my import now. I'm just going to do a GS import.bat, input zip, and my zip is JRS zip, and again the key alias, which is really important. And I need to do skip teams. So this is important, guys, skip teams. So you won't be bringing the team of your community version, because when you do export everything, as I did before, it's exporting everything, including the team. But when you're importing to the new commercial edition, you don't want to bring the team too, because you want to have the team appropriate to the enterprise edition. Let me do an update, and that should be it. Okay, so let's start up. So I can do the import and export without even running the server. It's preferable to do this while the server is shut down. And my Jasper Report Server Enterprise Edition did not run it yet, so I want to run it with my community resources already in place. So this is what I'm doing. After that, I'm just going to go to my Enterprise Edition, Tomcat, and start up Tomcat so I can run my Jasper Server Enterprise Edition, and keep working with my community and commercial reports and with my user, Dr. Jaspersoft. All right, so it is importing. All right, so all my resources are imported, as you can see here, and you can actually see it in the logs. So it's importing my Dr. Jaspersoft Community to Commercial reports. All right, so all I have to do now is go to my Tomcat and let's run my Enterprise Edition Jasper port server. I configured my Tomcat to also run on 8080, so I don't have to worry about that. I'm just going to start my Tomcat. I'm going to go to the 8080 port to run my Jasper report server. So yeah, let's start up the Tomcat. All right. So as you can see here, the Jasper Server Pro is the application that got published by the install when I did the GS install. And if I go to my Apache 9 for Enterprise Edition, you can see it here, Jasper Server Pro. I chose to keep it Jasper Server Pro, but again, you can have it in any other name. Okay, cool. So my server has started up. Let's check it out. So now I'm actually on Jasper Server Pro. Only Jasper Server Pro. This is how I deployed my server. So let's check it out. So now this server, Enterprise Edition, should have all my resources that I was using, my Jasper Server Community. And yeah, I will have to keep using them. There you go. Congratulations. As you can see here, if you go to the About, you'll see that you are now in an Enterprise Edition, license type commercial. This is the build version. If you have any hotfixes, you can install them. You can see the build version is increasing, and it's always a good idea, guys, to check out our support platform and check out for the hotfixes that we release and install them to get the latest fixes and enhancements. So I'm going to connect with super user right now, because Jasper admin, I still can use Jasper admin, but Jasper admin will only get me to the organization, the default organization. But this is not what I want. I want to go to the super user. I'm just using the default password. It's a good idea to change your password after login. And here you go. This is the view for the Enterprise Edition. Very different than the Community. So we have a lot of options here: ad hocs, dashboards, domains. But what I'm interested right now for is the repository. Right. Let's go and view my repository. Let's see if my existing reports from the community are there, and my users as well. I'm going to check if my user is there, my Dr. Jaspersoft user. So as you can see, this is the root, and you have now here organizations. So for under every organizations, you can create multiple organization, and the root is the default organization called organization_1. If you do right-click properties, you will see the root. The root name of it is organization_1. The resource ID is organization resource 1, and this is where your resources will be when you first export. So yes, my reports. So I had a folder called the reports, and here's my folder Dr. Jaspersoft, and my folder Community to Commercial, and here it is my Community commercial reports. So normally I should be able to run this because I also imported the FoodMart data source when I did the import, because it exported everything. So I can only just go here and run my report in my Enterprise Edition instance. There you go. As you can see, the viewer is also different than the Community Edition. So as you can see here, this is my pretty list of clients. And I have the save button here, capabilities. I have the visualize JS code with the preview. So this is the visualize JS code I was talking about, which is the JavaScript library that will allow you to call resources and embed them seamlessly inside your own application, HTML application. So we give you a snippet for every resource that you run, whether it's a report or a dashboard or whatever. You can just click on the snippet and get the sample code. Yeah, so looks good. Let's see our user, our Dr. Jaspersoft user. And as you can see, it's here. So it belongs to organization 1, again, because all of our users now are in organization 1. So as Joe user and Jasper admin. So as you can see here, the Jasper admin, if I connect with the Jasper admin or Dr. Jaspersoft, I'm only going to be able to see, if I go to view repository, I'm only going to be to see the view under organization 1. As you can see from here, this is my root path now because I am inside organization 1. I have no idea what's going on in the other organization. I'm not even aware that there is other organization, and this works really good when you are on a SaaS environment. I only have capabilities to do administration work in this organization. My users only in this organization. So yeah, so let's I'm going to log out from the Jasper admin, and as you can see here, so you can go ahead and view some dashboards, ad hoc. There's a quick way. So, you know, for create ad hocs, you have to create a domain first, and you have to structure your data, to secure your data and everything. But there is also a really simple way and very if you are more interested just to give the ad hoc capabilities to the users, and you have restricted time to market, you can use your existing community reports, studio reports directly as topics, so you can create ad hocs visualization from them. And this is simply, you can do this simply by just going to your report. In our example, our Dr. Jaspersoft Community report, just copy this report and put it in the ad hoc components, topics, just paste it here. So once you do that, now which will be read as a topic, so you can actually create ad hoc views from that SQL query that you created with your report. Normally it's a simple query, it can be anything. So I'm just gonna go to community to commercial, click on it, and as you can see, I'm going to go to my ad hoc editor available in the Enterprise Edition, and I can then create other visualizations, whatever I want, using my SQL query that I have from my report in Studio from the community. So let's say, for example, column. So I have all of these types of charts and graphs that I can use. Let's make it simple and create a column. And I want, for example, the account number, and I'm gonna want to use account distinct, so I can, for example, see how many accounts I have, and I want how many accounts I have per country. And I can also click on the country, and I can see here, if I go to sample data by default, just to for performance consideration, we don't want to load all the data first because we're not interested in the data more when designing the ad hoc. We're more interested in the design. If you want the full data, you can switch to full data here, and you can see for every country how many accounts I have, and you get all what comes with the ad hocs. And same thing for dashboard. If you have database tests, you can use this ad hoc and put it in a dashboard, or you can just go to the samples in public, and you can get some dashboards and reports in the samples folder here, and ad hoc views, so you can see how we created those dashboards for you. They contain probably all the features that you might need in dashboard. So we already giving you the sample here to see and to check and to get inspired from to make your own dashboard. You can go, if you created installed with the database test, you can check it out. We have plenty of dashboards, plenty of reports, and ad hoc views as well. Yes, so as you can see here, so you have different dashboards integrated in one dashboard, so I can do some navigation from one dashboard to another dashboard and so on. And here is my Studio Professional, the same thing as in the server. I can still come here, for example, let me add summary, and now as you see now, I'm completely out of my community. I'm already in the Enterprise Edition realm, and I can just go here and use my new components, for example, HTML5 charts. Sometimes if I want to stay in the studio, I'm not interested in the ad hoc yet, I will still want to keep creating reports from the studio, some complex reports with a lot of calculation, a lot of dynamics. So I can keep using my Studio Professional, but I can now include advanced components, as you can see here, HTML5 charts, and I can use them in my report as well and publish directly to myself. Yeah, I think I went through everything that I have mentioned here, and as you can see now, we were on a community, we installed the Enterprise Edition, we installed the Studio Enterprise Edition, and we moved our resources from our community to Enterprise and kept using the Enterprise Edition with our existing reports, all of that in 30 minutes or less. Okay, so yeah, so let's go just to resources, guys. Same, the customer success orientation guide, quick start. If you want to go to the community, that's just for community to check our new new upcoming sessions and the previous recordings as well. Please go to jaspersoft.com events, Dr. Jaspersoft office hours, and also in the community wiki, Dr. Jaspersoft. Our YouTube playlist containing all of our contains all the list of our recording. You can check that out. We have this community thread now. If you can see here, wiki Dr. Jaspersoft Community to Commercial Thread. If you just search in Google Dr. Jaspersoft Community to Commercial Thread, you will see this wiki. Please go ahead and put any comments, updates, questions, whatever in the comment section, and we're happy to interact with you guys that wiki after the session. Can post your answers in our community. Here's the additional links from today's presentation if you want to see Jaspersoft.com editions, if you want to see what's new in our 8.2, which is our latest release. Thank you guys for joining and being on this session. Let's keep in touch in our community to commercial thread, and you can send us an email at any time, drjaspersoft@connectjaspersoft.com. Just put in the topic, the name of the Dr. Jaspersoft session, and stay tuned with us with in our upcoming session in these 2 links. Thank you guys. That was a pleasure, and hope to see you next time in our next Dr. Jaspersoft session about EWS. Thank you guys, and bye.